practice of the sword in Western long boxing has but one real purpose: to allow one to connect when using motor behavior, thinking, feeling, and doing. Of course, there's balance involved, but mostly it's gaining a knowledge of externalizing internal will and intent. Everything within spirals. We must reflect that on the outside. The sword allows us to do this in a way which has a whole lot of permanence, because when you use the sword against another opponent, there really isn't a whole lot of room for error. Therefore, the intention of practice must have a special emphasis, a special integrity, even a special intensity. The exercises you see me doing here are standard. It taught me how to make very small circle movements when I walk, when I move, when I express and connect, when I try to show what's going on inside my mind, inside my heart. When I try to replicate the spiral within in external action. The sword is lethal, but the sword is also beautiful. It's telling. And there are very few weapons that you could use that allow one to even take it to the next level. Well, the weapon you see before me, the three-section staff that I'm working with my son, you'll see that this weapon very much allows one to move in a bilateral manner. Both sides of the body can be used, and stepping is very, very important, even at the slow pace that you see going right now. It's slow so you can actually see what's happening, the strikes and everything in the blocks. This exercise that you see me doing is a simple exercise of moving backwards and forwards, left and right, and being able to simply defend myself or neutralize the incoming force of the sword. The intricate motions of this sectional weapon allows one to move in geometric shapes which are linear and also circular. It attacks the offending weapon with such angles and with such precision and unpredictability that it makes an individual trying to figure out how to penetrate this defense very confused. It is my hope that you're able to watch this and see something that you haven't seen in other three-section staff videos. The application of this weapon in probably its most pugilistic way. We do know that most of the forms that go with this weapon are very, very flashy. They allow for a lot of spinning and a lot of warding off with regard to trying to elicit fear from the opponent so that the opponent cannot come in and penetrate with his weapon. Some individuals even have a lot of shielding on, and you'll see them actually attack with a swinging weapon, which of course involves an awful lot of control. I argue that you don't even have to let the weapon leave your hand for very long or at all, or even at all, because this weapon is actually more powerful to the pugilist anyway when it's used with a complete connection with both hands. The crisscrossing of the arms, the use of all sides of the weapon is amazing, and its uncoiling effect, its explosive effect when it uncoils, is amazing. It actually blocks and shields the user, the adept, in such a way where that all you must do is meet the weapon at an angle and it will work. It's an amazing weapon, and I'm very sure that what you're seeing right now is probably the first time you've ever seen anything like it on video. It is not my intent to make something new out of this. It is to show how this weapon can be used in a pugilistic manner, in a practical manner, and in a way that one can learn quite quickly. I do believe that you have to have an awful lot of training with regard to connectivity before your understanding of this weapon is full, and you can actually apply it in such a way where you'll be able to move like I'm moving, or even to understand the way it's supposed to go. Even the changing of the direction or the flipping of the weapon, and knowing exactly when to do it and when not to do it. Again, the three-section staff is an amazing weapon. It can be used in ways against the sword that most of you probably are just understanding, and those who have used the three-section staff before in this manner know exactly what I'm talking about. Again, the footwork is extremely important. And as you block and learn how to block, and learn how to move and have the arm, the hand, and foot arrive together in sweeping motions, you'll then be able to learn to attack. But first, again, the foundation, the ability to neutralize incoming force at angles in such a way that the opponent is completely confused as to what type of attack he should use and which way he will be able to penetrate your defense. What a wonderful weapon to understand. What a wonderful study of movement and swordplay and weaponry interaction in two such simple weapons. Enjoy the moment.